When the hosts were about to announce the queen of this year's prom, Hannah turned to me and smirked. Ready to lose, butt face. She then swaggered onto the stage, but my friends quickly pushed her back. She watched her shoe drop and angrily shouted, "What the hell are you doing? Ah, my shoes!" The host's voice echoed throughout the hall. "And our queen this year is..." I held my breath waiting for the result. With this oversized appearance, could I win? Hi, I'm Maddie. You may not believe it, but I was once a pretty girl who weighed just over 100 pounds, and I was the captain of a famous dance team. But then, everything changed 2 years ago. In the semifinals of an important dance competition, the person who would perform the somersault in my team suddenly injured her ankle. It made us very nervous. Oh no, we'll lose! Her part is the most important highlight of our performance. I quickly reassured everyone. It's alright, I'll do that part. So we quickly settled in and began our performance. Everything was fine until I looked below my feet and saw my teammates. They were clasping their hands, trying to hide their tension. As the group threw me up, I crossed my heart, closed my eyes, and rolled with all my might in the air. And, unbelievably, a perfect jump! We excelled in making it to the final round! Soon after that, we became extremely famous. There were so many people who applied to our team, but only 2 people impressed me. An amber-eyed girl and a chubby girl. Their dance moves were so smooth. However, they were still lacking something, so in the end, I decided not to choose them and kept our old lineup. But then, before the decisive match, I accidentally injured my back. Because I didn't want to give up my hard work, I secretly took painkillers and continued to perform. It was a wrong decision. During the performance, when my teammates stepped on my back, it was so painful that I fell to the floor. We failed miserably. After the competition ended, my team was very disappointed. You should have found a replacement. Your selfishness has ruined us. So I lost the trust of them all. But that wasn't the worst. Because of an antibiotic overdose and prolonged stress, I developed Cushing's syndrome. My weight increased uncontrollably. After all those unfortunate events, I asked my parents to transfer schools and avoided everyone I knew. But you know what? Trouble always found a way to me. My new school had an exclusive group that included all the most popular girls. The group leader is Hannah, a stylish blondie. When she saw me, she blocked the road and looked at me furiously. Aren't you like a tail? You keep chasing after me. Before I could understand anything, she left. And since that day, Hannah seemed to have made me a target of humiliation. At lunchtime, I was carrying my tray of food when suddenly Hannah reached out and threw it all on the ground. Oops, sorry. Think of it as me helping you lose weight. You're welcome. Not stopping there, another time during swimming lessons, when it was my turn, the blondie raised her voice to the whole class. Be careful with your phones on the floor. The water in this pool is about to overflow. Everyone burst into laughter, which embarrassed me so much. Then Hannah suddenly stepped closer to me as if she wanted to push me. I was so scared that I quickly jumped into the pool and accidentally splashed water everywhere. It splashed on Hannah's face as well, making her mascara smudged and running down her cheeks. She screamed loudly while clutching her face and ran away. Once, when Hannah saw me alone on schoolyard, she approached me and raised her voice. Hey, how does it feel to be fat? The perfect dance captain is just an ugly girl now. Wait, she said dance captain? So this girl with amber eyes is... I remember it! Turns out, Hannah is the timid girl who applied to my old team but was rejected. I was amazed at how she had become so much more beautiful. Hannah said that because of my rejection, she had to undergo surgery to look better. You are the captain only because of your beauty. Now you can never surpass me anymore. Say goodbye to your crown, fat ass. Then she coldly left. I ran into the crowded hallway trying to catch Hannah. Hey, wait! I didn't become the captain because of my looks. I earned it with hard work. Hearing that, the blondie suddenly turned around and said loudly so everyone could hear. What's up, Maddie? You want to challenge me to become the queen of the prom? It's on! Queen? Prom? What on earth? I was so confused when my eyes suddenly glued to a poster on the wall. It was about an upcoming school prom. Is she going to embarrass me again? Oh, hell to the no. She had stepped on my pride and my efforts as an ex-dance captain. I'll make her regret it. I looked for many ways to lose weight quickly and ate only cereal during meals. Some days, I even drank water only. A week passed, but only 10 pounds were lost. I hastily ordered weight loss pills, but in the end, they only brought me diarrhea. Looking at myself in the mirror, I felt so depressed. Maddie, how can you dance with this body? I was about to give up when I stumbled across a dance video online with millions of views. The dance moves were perfect. I was even more shocked to realize that it was the chubby girl who once applied to my old dance team. There was something so different about her. Still those same dance steps, but she seemed to be glowing. I scrolled down to the comment section and it was full of compliments. Right, I finally realized it. She was different from before because she had so much more confidence. Yes, I used to be the captain of a dance team. As long as I regained my confidence, nothing could stop me. So I started working hard after school. Every now and then, Hannah would come and throw a few sarcastic remarks at me when I passed the hallway. Get out of the way for the queen! It'll take a lot of space! Everyone laughed and mocked me, but that only fueled me more. A few weeks later, the prom finally took place. The blondie walked up to the stage and danced to a catchy song. After finishing her dance, she walked over to me provocatively. Your turn, Cap. I firmly walked to the stage while saying, open your eyes and see the difference between a dance captain and an amateur. I stood on the splendid stage, closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and whispered to myself, go to sleep, chubby girl. And when I opened my eyes, I shouted wildly and energetically, wake up, dance team captain! I danced with all my confidence, my skills, and my pent-up feelings. At the end of the performance, I stood on the stage and watched the whole hall go silent. Oh, did I screw up? But then, applause and whistles were booming throughout the hall. Oh my God, Maddie! You killed it! You sexy beast! I happily ran down the stage. While Hannah was gaping in surprise, I confidently said to her, do you know why you were disqualified? Because you cared too much about looks, that your moves lacked boldness and passion. You were afraid that if you went all out, you'd look ugly. Today is no different. It was so satisfying to see Hannah's mouth drop to the floor. Soon after, the part everyone was waiting for arrived. We all were anxiously waiting for who would be announced the queen. The host opened the result sheet and Hannah shamelessly walked towards the stage. But the name that was announced was mine?
Maddie, our queen with amazing dance moves!
After that day, I formed a dance team in the school, welcoming everyone who has the same passion. And believe it or not, Hannah also applied. After figuring it all out, she decided to try her best to become a true dancer. That day, when I put on makeup, I deliberately drew a small heart at the corner of my eye. Shaking myself in the mirror, I was very satisfied. But unexpectedly, when my mom saw the heart, she was extremely angry.
What do you think you're doing?
It's beautiful, Mom.
Beautiful? It looks so cheap. A decent girl never does that.
She aggressively wiped it away with her hand, making it messy. I was even forced to change into a more discreet outfit before leaving the house. Hi, I'm Sadie, 18 years old. I live with my single mom in California. To be honest, our relationship was not good at all because Mom always treated me very harshly. Apparently, everything I did annoyed her. Sometimes I even wondered if I was the biological child of my mom. I have a dream. It's to become an artist. However, in my mom's eyes, it's just a hobby, not a real job. She wanted me to become a lawyer just like her. Whenever I tried to share my dream with my mom, she simply brushed it off. And it all went south when I turned 13. It was when my drawing class welcomed a new student. His name is Jack, a guy who just moved from Canada. With a handsome face and a friendly smile, the foreign boy quickly captured my heart. However, I never dared to talk to him because my mother said that falling in love too soon would destroy me. However, despite my best efforts, I still couldn't get Jack out of my head. That night, instead of doing homework as usual, I took out my sketchbook and started drawing Jack's portrait. I even drew a little comic about how he and I would fall in love. I was giggling at my pictures when Mom suddenly appeared. Even though I tried to hide the pictures, she still saw them. She went crazy and tore those pages from my notebook.
I told you to stay away from boys!
It's not what you think, it's just...
Wait, did he seduce you? That'll distract you from your studies and make you rebellious.
I tried to explain to her, but she refused to listen. What's worse, she even punished me by removing the door to my room, the only thing left of my privacy. If you think that was horrible, not yet. My mom's wrath really showed the next day. She drove to my drawing class and headed straight for Jack.
You're Jack, right? Get away from my daughter. I knew right away that kids like you only cause trouble. Wait, who is your daughter? And what did I do to her?
Mom angrily threw my drawings in front of Jack. While he was still bewildered and didn't know what was going on, a few of my classmates picked up my pictures and laughed crazily. Sadie and Jack sitting on a tree. Kissing. It was truly the most embarrassing moment of my life. All I could do was burst into tears and rush out of there. Since that day, I no longer dared to go to drawing class and stopped chasing my dream. Another time for my birthday, my dad gave me a tourist ticket to Paris. He even enthusiastically promised to show me all the art museums there. Then, just as I received the tickets from him, my mom barged in and snatched it.
Stop it! You're just planting fantasy in her head! You're always so strict. That's why I can't live with you.
My birthday quickly gave way to an argument between my parents. It only ended when Dad decided to back down and agreed with whatever Mom said. I really didn't understand why she always tried to take away my joy. I thought my life would be suffocating for the rest of my life. But then, in my senior year of high school, an unexpected event changed my life forever. That day, while walking in the hallway, I accidentally met a very familiar face. That's Jack. Remembering what my mom did to him, I quickly turned around and avoided him. However, Jack seemed to have recognized me. He kept waving and calling my name. I quickly rushed to the restroom, but unexpectedly, he followed me inside.
You're crazy! How dare you enter the women's restroom? Yeah, actually, this is a men's restroom.
I looked around in a panic, only to realize that I had mistakenly entered the wrong restroom, so I had no other way but to face him. Unexpectedly, the incident at the drawing class left a strong impression on Jack. He told me that he was both scared and found it funny at the same time. Jack wanted to see me again after that day, but I never came back.
So, do you still paint?
No, I stopped a long time ago. His face flashed with disappointment.
It's a pity. I was very impressed with your drawings, especially the pictures you drew of me.
Really?
Yeah, my friends and I are preparing a collective painting exhibition. If you're going to draw again, join us.
I was hesitant at first, but his enthusiastic persuasion and the desire to paint made me agree to join him. From that day on, I started drawing again. Thanks to Jack and his friends, everything went smoothly. I felt extremely happy every time I drew next to him. Because of that, my feelings for Jack grew even stronger. Of course, I hid that from my mom because she would go crazy and destroy everything, but the more we want to hide something, the easier it will come out. About 2 days before our exhibition, somehow my mom discovered the paintings I hid under my bed. When I got home, I found them lying in the middle of the living room. Mom was so angry that she then took them to the garden and burned them all with a cigarette. I panicked and tried to use my bare hands to save what was left.
Stop! What are you doing?
Enough! I wish I wasn't your daughter! Hearing that, she angrily grounded me for a week, but she didn't know that I had prepared an escape plan from her. That night, taking advantage of her absence, I packed up my things and secretly left the house. Thanks to Jack's help, I found a small apartment with a suitable rent. I decided to live there and sell my paintings for money. I wanted to prove to my mom what I was capable of and that I could live without her. Well, that's the theory. But reality was much different. Time passed quickly and the money I brought with me had gradually run out while I couldn't sell a single painting. I didn't want to ask Jack for help again. He had already helped me a lot. But while I was at my most desperate, an unexpected good news came. That day, Jack told me that there was a Dutchman who liked my paintings and wanted to order some to decorate his coffee shop. I was so happy that I hugged Jack tightly. My efforts had finally paid off. That night, to celebrate that victory, we held a small party. When Jack went out to buy more drinks, I stayed to clean the room. Suddenly, Jack's phone rang. Looked like he forgot it at home. As I checked the number, I panicked to see that the number Jack saved as the Dutchman was actually my mom's. When he returned, I immediately rushed to question him. Be honest, the customer you mentioned is my mom, right? He panicked and started stammering.
Yes, your mom bought all those paintings and told me to keep it a secret.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe you should talk to her. She really cares about you.
After a few days of thinking, I decided to come back home. Mom was very happy to see me, but all I felt was anger. Mom, why did you do that? Sorry, dear. Maybe I was wrong. She sighed and began to recount everything. Her adulthood was very difficult because of an early pregnancy and an unhappy marriage. She wanted my life to be different by forcing me to do what she thought was right. However, as you have seen, everything she did only made things worse. She loved me, but her way of showing it was so wrong. After what happened, Mom and I understood each other better. Slowly, she started supporting me to pursue my passion.